Hello and welcome to another episode of the West Coast Conference Insider Podcast here on the Field of 68 Media Network. My name is Rob Doster. That gentleman you see sitting next to me is Jeff Goodman, and we're going to be joined here in just a couple of minutes by Joel Foxwell from Portland, who is a little bit of a spoiler alert here, one of 5 point guards in college basketball, averaging better than 14 points and 7 assists this season. West Coast
Did
Conference,
you
man.
know? All right. Before you go into that, can I ask you, did you have any idea who Joel Foxwell was before the start of the season? Did
I
anybody?
Before the start of the season, no,
Yeah.
absolutely not. I,
I
I
think
I didn't
Shante
even,
Leggins was the only one who probably knew who Joel Foxwell was
and
before
I
the
honestly
start of the
don't
season.
even know if he knew what Joel Foxwell was before the start of the season either. Like he was supposed to be the backup point guard for this team, and
Great
um,
story. Great
great
story. Great
story,
kid. Make
great
sure you
kid.
stick around for that because it's an interview with a very mature, honest
Mhm.
freshman.
Yep. Top of the WCC is about what you would expect at this point, right? Gonzaga and St. Mary's sitting there at 5-0. Santa Clara is 1 game back at 5-1. They have a really, really big game, maybe the biggest game of their season
Yeah.
on Saturday night as they host St. Mary's and have an opportunity to land themselves the kind of marquee win that they need to kind of put at the top of their resume when it comes to being an NCAA tournament potential at large candidate. But as it stands right now, there are 6 WCC teams in the top 120 of the net standings. Gonzaga is sixth, obviously. And St. Mary's is sitting there at 30. But Santa Clara right now, number 51, they are sitting right there in that range where they are going to be heavy in the discussion when it comes to bubble teams, right? They have a win over McNeese, they have a win over Nevada, they have a win over Minnesota, and they have a win over a good North Texas team. So there's a lot to like, and Xavier, and a win at Xavier. So there's a lot to like about their resume and what they've done, but there's work to do there, and they have to continue winning games.
Yeah, I mean they have three big opportunities left, right? And this is the one that I think you would look at and say they have the best chance of winning this one Saturday at home against St. Mary's. And you get that one, you still have 2 left in February, at Gonzaga, in Moraga against St. Mary's. But this is the one that again, or Gonzaga, I'm sorry, Gonzaga at home February 16th, and then at St. Mary's about 10 days later. But this is the one, and you just rebounded from the loss to Gonzaga with a big win against LMU, by almost, by 31 points. The freshman, the kid Sash, was unbelievable in that 37 points in that win, Rob. So can he kind of keep this thing going? That
Hey, Jeff,
37, yeah.
what's his last name?
I'm horrible with pronunciations. I'm not even going to try. Just
Gavalugov.
call him Sash.
Sash
Yeah,
Gavalugov had 37 points, was 14 to 20 from the floor,
yeah,
hit 6 threes, and I
yeah.
think my favorite stat about that, in his previous 7 games combined, he had scored 40 points. And he had
Wow.
37 against Loyola
Amazing.
Marymount. It's nice when you got
Amazing.
a freshman that could pop off for 37 in his second start of the season, isn't it?
You think Herb saw that one coming? Probably not.
No, but I will say, do you think that Sash Gavalugov went into the coach's office and said, "Hey, coach, you started me and played me 31 minutes and I got you 37. Maybe we should continue doing
Yeah,
that."
probably. He's smart. I don't think he even needed to go in and ask Herb about that. I think Herb probably realized after the game, I'm not going to mess with this one. But Santa Clara's offense has been great lately. Fifth in the nation in conference games and scoring 92.3 points a game, Rob. 92.3.
Yep.
Gonzaga not far behind at 89.2. But I think again, this Santa Clara team's put himself in the equation here, and I think getting one of those 3 games, winning one of those 3, gets them the resume win that they'll need.
Yep. A couple other notes. St. Mary's still top 20 nationally when it comes to scoring defense. That's where they are winning basketball games right now. Joshua Dent had 26 to lead 3 St. Mary's players that scored more than 20 points in a 6-point win over Washington State on Saturday. We'll talk to Joe Foxwell, but he had a great week. He scored a career high 27 in an overtime win over Pacific. There's a couple games to note too that I want to highlight for you guys if you are a national television watching kind of college basketball consumer. San Francisco hosts St. Mary's at 8 o'clock Pacific time on ESPN2. on Tuesday night, and then on Thursday, Washington State is hosting Gonzaga at 7 p.m. Pacific time on CBS Sports Network. So a lot of big games here to kind of keep an eye on and keep track of in the West Coast Conference as we move forward this season. None bigger than Saturday night's tilt between St. Mary's and Santa Clara that will be on ESPN Plus. Goodman, it's time. Joel Foxwell, our favorite Aussie in the West Coast
Yeah.
Conference.
Yeah. He might be my favorite Aussie in the country right now.
He's up there. Joel Foxwell, Portland Pilots. And now let me welcome on to the WCC Insider Podcast, a West Coast Conference Insider Podcast here on the Field of 68. None other than Joel Foxwell, who is one of the leading assist men in college basketball this season. Goodman, I did a little bit of math. I'm not great at math, but I did a little bit of math. And I found out there are 5 players in college basketball this year that are averaging 14 points and 7 assists. One of them is Braden Smith. Another one is Christian Anderson. Another one is Boopy Miller. Another one is Deion Thomas. And the 5th guy on that list is the gentleman we're talking to here right now, Joel Foxwell. Joel, it's great to see you, man. How you doing?
Good. Appreciate you guys having me on. Yeah, doing well. Loving my time here in Portland. It's been good.
I'm sure you're loving your time because you've been so good so quickly. I mean, I don't, I'm not even sure you expected this. Am I crazy to say that or no?
No, not at all. I did not expect to kind of have the season that I'm having right now. Obviously, with some unfortunate things happening to, Riley Parker, who was the senior guard, who was supposed to kind of come in and lead the team, and I was just kind of going to be his backup, which I was obviously fine with. But I guess in another way, it's kind of, helped me because then I've kind of get to take the reins and lead the team. So no, it's been good.
Take me through the process of how you got from Melbourne to Portland. How did you find out about this university? When did they reach out? Were they the only school that was kind of on you? It's just the process of going from it's always fascinating to me how these guys like you from overseas go from where
Yeah.
they are to some of these like I don't the random schools, right?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
college basketball.
Yeah. So I was actually committed to another school, Samford University in Alabama. So they're in the SoCon. I was
Hmm.
because I was going there because of Bucky, who's now at Texas A&M, who is kind of doing really well with that program. So, and then obviously he got the job, and a couple of things happened, and I kind of felt like, oh, this maybe isn't the fit for me anymore. And obviously with the Australian connection, the Australian and Poland connection one of the assistant coaches just hit me up because obviously he saw the news that I was going to decommit. So yeah, then he hit me up and we kind of just got chatting, and it kind of had to happen quick because I had to decommit late, and then I reckon all in about a week and a half. Didn't go on no visit. Was just like, yep, let's do it. Ready, and I tried to get over here as quick as I could. So it was a really quick process. But I'm kind of glad things have turned out this way. But yeah, I didn't have many schools coming through. It was really just Sanford and a bunch of D2s or junior colleges. So yeah, Portland. Yeah, just kind of thank God that this has happened.
I like how you're just like, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. I'm just gonna move all the
Yeah,
way across the country without seeing the city that I'm going to, without going to the
exactly.
university, talking to the
Yeah,
coaches on Zoom a couple times. Was that
yeah.
that's got to be a little nerve-wracking, right?
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, I had one of my good mates, Austin Rapp, who had a really good year
Mhm.
last year in the WCC, and obviously now at Wisconsin. Spoke to him a lot and his pops just about the program and how they do things, and they had really high praises for the program and Coach Legg. So I kind of came in knowing it was going to be a good fit.
What's crazy is like right away. I mean, you're playing 30 minutes. You're playing well right away.
Yeah.
Most freshmen, there's a pretty big learning curve, adjustment, whatever you want to call it. Did you have it, or is it as easy as it looked like it was for you?
No, obviously there's times where I think, especially in the last few games, in WCC play, obviously we had a few tough losses, which I think I just down the stretch I I wasn't at my best. I had a few turnovers in a couple games and just a few shots that I probably shouldn't have shot. And then in the last two games, I think I've been much better. At just controlling kind of those clutch moments. So I think that's been probably the biggest learning curve is just being able to stand up in those big moments. But I came in knowing it wasn't going to be easy. It wasn't going to be easy at all. Obviously, it's a Division One. Everyone who's at the Division One level can play. I've just kind of luckily just found some good form as the season started, and I just the confidence that I'm playing with right now is yeah at an all-time high for sure.
Hey, Goodman, just so you know, when somebody says they're in form, it means that they're playing well. I got to translate for you, Joel. He doesn't really
Yeah.
understand kind of European stuff, or overseas stuff. Well, what's the biggest difference, I guess, between maybe the style of American basketball versus Australian basketball? Maybe what you kind of look for in a point guard? Or are you kind of is there different systems? Is it different play calls? Like how how does it change when you go from one country to another country in this sport?
Yeah, so obviously, all the high school basketball in America is a lot of ISO ball. Even I guess a lot of the colleges, it's a lot of just, get downhill or go get a bucket. But I think Portland, because we've had so many Australians and because Coach Legs likes the Australian way, we kind of do play the Australian type of basketball. It's a lot of kind of getting off the ball, go first side, second side, a lot of on balls, which I'm really glad that we can play in a lot of on balls because I feel like that's when I'm at my best. So yeah, I don't think there's been a massive difference just from the Portland standpoint, but definitely when I came over here, trying to get recruited, um, there was a complete difference. It was just straight ISO ball, and I didn't really like that. I struggled with it, and I thought coming in, I was going to struggle with that as well because I'm not really the type just to get break stuff off and try and go get a bucket. I'm a system guy. I like being in a system, and Portland's made that really easy for me. But yeah, coming in, I was a little bit worried that it might be a bit different playing the American way for
So
sure.
you're 20 years old, right? You played
Yeah, so I'm an older freshman. Yeah.
Sandringham Sabres. Is that the
Yeah, so
right
I
way?
played with in the Sandringham Sabres. So I played that for 2 years, which was another really good learning curve. And then I played with the professional club for a year. I was a development player there at
So
Melbourne
what does that
United.
mean? Explain to people that may be watching a developmental player from a professional team. Kind of describe like what that means.
To put it in the best way, it's kind of like a walk on
Okay.
here,
Yep.
but at the same time, like I didn't get paid because it would have my eligibility would have been stuffed up. But you can get decent money and you can obviously play. But it's more for the younger kids. You got to be under the age of I think 24, and it's just like developing. Then you kind of stay in the system for 2 years, and then you hope to get elevated to an actual roster spot after that. So you kind of have to do your time if you're not going to college. But I always knew that I was gonna go to college. So, but that 1 year as a development player, I think really set me up really well. Just playing against pros for a whole year and going against Matthew Dellavedova and going against Ian Clark and other NBA champs. So that helped me big
Yeah,
time. Just
that's not bad.
being
That's a
there
good
for
way
it.
to get better, to go against
Yeah,
Delhi,
for
go against
sure.
Ian Clark.
Exactly. Hearing all the stories of Delhi guarding Steph and all that. So yeah, it was really cool.
When you think of Australian players right now, at least for me, it always tends to be the point guard spot, right? Like there's a
Yeah.
couple of like Joe Ingles, a couple other players that have come over and had. I think Andrew Bogut, right, is probably
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily the biggest name, but he might be the biggest player that's made his way over here.
Yeah.
Who are the guys that you kind of look up to when it comes to Aussies that are making their way to play in the
Yeah.
States and play American basketball?
I think. The main one was Patty Mills, just another small, kind of undersized guard who wasn't the biggest, but obviously he made his way at St. Mary's and did his thing, and obviously he played in the NBA for 15 or some seasons. So I would say definitely him, and just watching him be able to ball out for our country and all the Olympic stuff was really cool. So I'd say he was the one that I really looked up to, and I really tried to, I guess, model my game around. But I also did have a lot of. I think the person I did look up to the most was definitely my older brother, who does play pro back home right now. I think just being able to pick his brain and pick up his pro habits has helped me immensely for sure.
Hey, how big was this past week? I mean, like you said, you struggled early there, but getting 2 wins against Pacific in overtime on Thursday, you had 27-7, shot it really well. And then you beat Oregon State Saturday, scored it, didn't shoot it quite as well,
Yeah,
but you took care of the ball at least. You
yeah,
took care of the
yeah,
ball in
exactly.
that one. But
Yeah, thank goodness.
yeah, then
But
you would have been yelled at, right?
yeah,
Then,
for sure.
then
Then
we
there
know
would be some
Shante
problems.
would have really gotten on you.
Yeah, 100%. No, it was a massive week. Obviously, there's always going to be belief in the group, but when you lose four straight or you lose six on the six straight, two in non-conference as well, and get beaten pretty heavy, by UC Santa Barbara and some teams like that, and have it like just missing out, like just losing to Santa Clara or just losing to San Fran, two really good teams that I think we should have won. It does kind of hit a nerve, but I'm just glad that we were able to bounce back and get both these games.
What was the
So
key to it? What was the key to it? Was it closing? You guys hadn't closed out games great before.
yeah,
I assume that was huge against Pacific to get that
yeah,
win, get that confidence you could win a close game.
yeah. I think that was the biggest thing. It's like we're in every game except St. Mary's. They can't. They beat us by 20 odd. We
They're
just we
pretty
just
good.
we shot two for
Yeah.
nine. They're pretty good. So yeah, I think it was just again the belief of just being like we got to be able to close out games because we've struggled with that throughout the year, and we almost choked again against Pacific. We were up late, and I was like, oh no, here we go again. And then somehow we pulled we pulled it through, and then obviously the Oregon State game was another massive win, and we were able to control the clutch really well. So yeah, it was a massive week, and just credit to the boys and the coaching staff for.
Rob, I
Um,
like this kid. I like this kid because he's like, there's no, it is what it is, right? You just say it the way it is. There's no pretense, nothing like that. That's kind of rare these days to
Yeah,
just kind of be an open book. So pretty cool.
appreciate that. Appreciate that.
So
Um,
when we were at WCC Media Day back in October,
yeah,
we had your big fella, Jermaine. He came on with us, and we
yeah,
found out that Jermaine, whenever he gets snacks, he does a little bit of a dance, right? Like he's got a snack dance that he does.
yeah.
I don't know if you know about, do you know about the snack dance?
It's uh he has a lot of dances to be honest. He's a whole another character. So the snack dance, I'm not too sure, but he hits I don't know, the big NFL guy. He's got the with the arms and stuff. He's got a couple, but yeah, I don't really know what the snack dance is.
Well, I was gonna say
No.
once you drop a dime, right? Do you have a dance? Does he have a dance for every time you give him an assist? Because I think that's what he needs next.
Yeah, 100%. I think he needs to give me more credit, he's there flexing the camera and stuff. I'm like, where's my love? But it is what it is. Obviously he's been massive as well for me,
You just
which
want a
is
point, right? That's all you want. It's just like it's
exactly
just give me a point.
just the point. Yeah, just be like, appreciate it, for sure. But yeah, he's obviously been big time and he's been a great leader. Just telling me, if I lose my head a little bit, just he kind of calms me down and tells me I'm all good. But yeah, that he's a character, and yeah, he's just been really good for us as well.
When did you go with the haircut, by the way? I saw a picture of you with the long hair. You look totally different.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was just 2 weeks before I left. I was like, you know what? I'm about to move to a whole nother country. No one really knows who I am over there. I was like, let's just shave it all off and see how it goes. But now it's coming back. The girlfriend likes the longer hair more than the buzz. So we're gonna
No, then you
keep
let
it
it
like
go.
that. Yeah,
Hey,
exactly. Then
then
we're
there's
gonna
no
keep it
choice
like
in the matter.
Did
Just
you
so
get
you
a
know.
exactly,
did you get approval
exactly.
for the cut before you got it? Or did you just kind of say, you know what, I need a
Oh
buzz
no, so
cut?
I met her over here. I had the buzz
Ah,
cut when I met her.
It
got it.
helped him
I mean,
get
I
his
must.
girlfriend, Rob.
Pardon?
It helped him,
Yeah.
right? It
So
helped you
I
get
mean,
your girlfriend.
I must have been doing something. Must have been doing something right to get her with the buzz cut. But no, yeah, this is definitely gonna. I'm definitely gonna grow it out and try and get the long hair back, get the curtains back for sure.
The
Rob,
curtains.
the girlfriend is also the better shooter of the two of them. I've
Is
been
that true?
told.
Yeah, that she's beat me a few times. We've had free throw competitions and we've had a couple of three ball competitions, and yeah, she has smoked me a couple times, but I'll get it back.
All right. There you go.
For sure.
Goodman mentioned a little bit earlier that you're from like a basketball family, right? Your
Yeah.
older brother plays professionally, and your younger brother is now trying to evaluate colleges and make a decision to come over, right? Are
Yep.
you lead recruiter there? Like, are we going to have a Foxwell pipeline making their way to the pilot program?
You know what? There could be. I know there's some talks right now going on with my younger brother. I'm trying to kind of stay out of it just so uh they can just figure it all out, and I want them to actually want him. I don't want it just to be me trying to push him through, but whatever he wants to do, if he wants to come here and play with me, that'll be cool. But he's got other offers as well that he's definitely going to have a massive look at as well. But yeah, my older one, he's looking at coming over here for his last year of eligibility with all the new NCAA rules going on. So, but yeah, he's playing pro right now, and he's hooping as well. So yeah, there's three of us.
Here's the important question. If you're going to recruit to Portland, one, do they play the same position? And two, are either of them better than you? Because if they play the same position and they're better than you, then just be like, hey, you know what? Sanford was great. You guys should go check that out.
Yeah,
Alabama's
yeah, yeah.
beautiful.
They well, older brother, he plays the point. And then my younger one, he's playing the two, but dad's trying to convert him into a one. It's happening slowly, but hopefully he'll get there someday. But I think he'll if he comes, he'll be able to learn a lot off me. He'll be a younger freshman than I am. He's will be 19 or still 18 when he gets over here. So yeah, I think he can learn a lot off, me and Riley, who'll probably be back next year as well.
What's your younger brother's name?
Austin.
Austin. So Austin's not going to be averaging 7 points a game. Got it. Or 7 assists a game. Got it. He's going to
Definitely
be.
not. Definitely not. Definitely not. He might be averaging the 14 points, but he won't be averaging those.
Not
He can
seven
get a
assists.
bucket, but he don't pass. He don't pass the ball.
All right, I
But
got a
yeah,
few for you. I got a few quick hitters for you. All right,
yeah,
number one, true or false that you are a mama's boy?
true.
True.
Oh,
Mom comes up.
no, that's false. That's definitely false.
Do you know what
Yeah,
a mama's boy is? Like a
yeah,
mama's
yeah,
boy.
yeah.
That
No,
you,
that's false. That's
all right,
false.
all right. I
Yeah.
was told you're a little bit of a mama's boy. That mom, makes you a bunch of food
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. But
you know.
I definitely get yelled at the most when I'm back home. I'm definitely the trouble child for sure. My oldest, the older one, he's like the perfect one, and then the
Okay,
younger one, he just doesn't really do anything to stuff up. So I'm
that's
the
you.
middle one. You're always gonna get hit with the.
And you can do whatever you
Uh,
want as the middle one. They
Yeah,
don't really.
that is
They're not
true.
paying attention,
They're not. They're not. They're
right?
focused on the older one or the younger one.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
yeah, so I would say false, but obviously,
Okay.
uh, still loves me to death, which is
when
good.
when she comes visits and she cooks for you, what are we talking here? What are the meals? What are we getting?
We talking a lot of fried rice, obviously the Asian part, and then a lot of pasta. She actually came over, and when she came over, they were staying 5 minutes away, and she cooked up all these different pastas, chucked in the freezer, and I just
Nice.
take it out, defrost it, and so yeah, she's unreal, and she
Not
also came
bad.
over. The house was a bit of a mess, so she went and her OCD
Still a
couldn't take
cleaning.
it. Her OCD couldn't take it, so she was in the kitchen just cleaning everything up and making me help her and stuff. So yeah.
Are you the messy one? Or you? I don't know who you're living with, but
Oh, I would just say just combined. We're all just sort
combined,
of just all
none of you are
just
good.
19, 20, 21-year-old
Yeah,
boys. There's
boys.
10 of us living in the same house. It's not
Yeah,
going to be pretty.
yeah. It's not a good thing. Not a good
Yeah.
thing.
10 in one house. Good luck.
Yeah,
Your
exactly.
poor mom.
Yeah.
Um, I hear you. You think you're a good golfer, but you're not really a good golfer. True.
I think for the amount of golf that I do play, if I
Yeah.
played more, I would be an elite golfer.
Okay.
But I haven't been able to get out at all since I got out the first time I got here, beat the best golfer in the team, and I was like, you know what, that's me done on a par three course, so it wasn't regulation, but I'm gonna take it. I'm a ride with it.
All right. Um, 4.0 student. Is that true?
Not true,
Not true. What
not
are you
true.
majoring in? Do you know what you're majoring in?
I'm gonna probably go into business. I'm still undeclared, but I'm probably gonna do business, something that's not too tricky.
All right. Smart man.
Yeah.
Um, how tall are you? I hear you get a lot of crap for the fact that, what do they call, what are you listed at and what are you really?
Okay, so I'm listed at 6'1".
Yeah.
I would not say I'm 6'1". I would say I'm just 6 foot, if
All
that.
right.
Probably 6 foot on the dot. I'll say 6'1" with shoes, and you're always in shoes. So,
True.
um, yeah. But I know the some of the UP commentators give me some slack. They talk about it sometimes, and yeah, they don't think I'm 6'1" either. Neither do I. But
I'm giving you
I
6'1", Joel. I'm
Whatever.
giving you 6'1". Yeah,
perfect,
you're six
perfect.
one
I'll
for
take it,
sure.
man. I'll take
When
it.
you
Yeah,
average 14-7, you're whatever you want to be. All right, Joel.
facts. I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying I'm 6'1", but if we're
Good.
being honest, yeah, I'd say borderline 6 foot.
Well, the craziest thing is I talked to Shante about you earlier, and he said the one thing we were really concerned about with him was like, can he guard, right? He's smaller. I don't know how, you describe yourself. You're not an elite athlete. You're a good athlete, but you're not an elite athlete. And he was like, I didn't know if he could stay in front of some of these dudes, especially in our league. And that's been the one thing he said he's been really surprised that you've been able to do is stay in front of pretty much everybody you've gone up against so far. How are you able to do that? What's been the reason you've been able to kind of do that defensively?
I think, to be honest, it's just like effort.
Yeah.
Like I think back home, I was able kind of just to slack off defensively because I had to obviously have to carry a pretty heavy load on offense here, but it's obviously a whole different world from college hoops to juniors back in Australia, and I feel like, I was allowed to take plays off defensively, and the coaches wouldn't really uh,
Get
care,
on
I
you.
guess.
Yeah.
But I think this summer and my time at United just really helped me how to play against pros. And this summer I really took like a lot of time to try and get those defensive fundamentals down. And talking to my older brother, who's known as a defender, just how to maneuver around screens and different ways to use my body as a lighter frame. Which has also helped a lot. So I just think just being able to pick different people's brains has really helped. I love learning. I love getting better, and I like seeing progress. So yeah, I think I've taken a big stride in that area.
Where are your parents from? Both your parents.
So my mom is from Malaysia, and then
Okay.
my dad is he was born in Australia. He's just a true Aussie, just
Did they meet in
true Aussie
Australia?
bloke. Yeah,
They did.
they met in Australia. Yep. hmm
And he
So
was
yeah,
he
mum never played basketball. Mum was a netballer. If you guys are familiar with that sport,
No.
uh,
What's that?
it's like it's not like basketball. You can't dribble. There's no backboard. It's like massive in Australia for girls.
Really?
Yeah, it's a bit boring. I don't really like it. But it's the main sport that girls play in Australia.
Uh,
So yeah.
and you can only have like three on offense and three on defense, right?
Yeah. And then you got the people in the middle. They can kind of go like
Yeah.
the center person. They can go. Yeah. So yeah, he gets it.
okay.
Rob
Goodman,
gets it.
Goodman. It would. My cousin lives in London, and she used to play it, and I've watched some of it before. And
Netballer? It's called
yeah,
netball?
yeah,
Netball. Yeah.
yeah.
Netball. Okay.
Goodman, it would put your mind in an absolute blender if you watch that.
Oh,
Really?
You know what else would
yeah.
put his
You
mind in a
would.
blender? Were you an Aussie rules football player growing up too?
Yeah. I love my
I've
footy.
watched that. I've watched that.
Yeah.
That's
I love
awesome.
my footy. I always say to people, like, to be honest, I enjoy watching footy and I enjoy playing footy more than basketball, but I was just better at basketball, so I kind of had to pick it. Um, but yeah, I love my footy. I still, when it was on, I would watch all the recaps and stuff like that, and watch the AFL Grand Final, watch the footy Grand Final with all the Australians, and yeah, it was good.
Who's your club?
Carlton Blues. They're not too good right now. They haven't been too good since I've been born, but we'll get there one day. I need to
Yeah,
see what
just
competition's
stick
a bit
with it.
rough.
Just stick
Yeah,
with it,
just
man. Because when they do win, that payoff is going to be.
exactly. Yeah, dad would not let me change, or I'll probably be kicked out of the house. So
Hey, you got your own house now, and you got
yeah, that
10.
is true.
You got nine
Good.
roommates to back you up.
I could never change. I could never do that. Never.
Joel, I'll say this, man. You got two fans here. You got two fans, and we're going to be watching you. It's already been really impressive what you've been able to do this year. Just keep it going, man. Keep it going. Don't hit that freshman wall. Now you're old. You're
Yeah.
20. So you shouldn't hit
Yeah,
the freshman wall, but keep
I
this
got
thing
you.
going and really